Sports with your host Jay Pops. Guys, how are you all feeling? How are you feeling out there, man? Yes, looky here. I know, hey, Aggies aren't playing in the national title game, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay because our time is coming. Believe it or not, our time is coming. However, this will be the Georgia versus Bama rematch, part two. Go Dogs versus Roll Tide national title game, part two. I told you guys, man. Hey, look, I was going to be here. I was going to be front and center, and I was going to watch it. So this is what I will say. This is what I will say for this. And first and foremost, I thank you all for tuning in. If you guys could be kind, just be kind enough to just hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that subscribe button so you guys can continue to get this as soon as it releases. All right. But anywho, guys, man, let's talk about it. So we're gonna get into a couple of things, that's talking about, the Aggie sports, not Aggie football, but the Aggie sports. So first and foremost, the men's basketball team. This team that Buzz Williams has this year is highly, highly underrated. If you guys did not know, as of right now, the men's basketball team is 12-2. And I'm going to say this once again. The men's basketball team is 12-2. They're not ranked. Unfortunately, they are not ranked. They just took down Arkansas on Saturday afternoon. For guys that did not know, they played Arkansas, in which Arkansas should have been ranked. They should have been ranked because Arkansas was pretty darn good as well. They should have been ranked, but that's okay. They would not give A&M respect until this game here happens. LSU. Now, I don't know if we get LSU first, or I don't know if we get Auburn first. All I know is this here. This is what I do know. If they're playing at Reed Arena is going to be sold out for that game. Period. All right, so keep a lookout for that. Like I say, the men's basketball team, as of right now, are 12-2. They're not ranked, nor did I see them on the outside looking in so far as ranking wise, and that just baffles me. All right, that baffles me a whole lot. That has me and a lot of others scratching our heads, man, because that men's basketball team deserves to be ranked by now. But hey, man, it is what it is. That Buzz Williams teams will continue to keep moving along. Like I say, that squad plays like an entire team. It isn't every man for himself out there. That is what I like about that team. That is why I said, 13-2. I'm sorry, correct me. 13-2. So the men's basketball team is 13-2. I thought they were 12-2. That's my honest fault. I'm sorry about that, but they are 13-2. All right. Like I say, once again, they should be ranked. I have no idea why they're not ranked. But yes, they did beat Arkansas to get 13 win. Thank you, Mr. Noah. They beat Arkansas to get 13 win. Like I say, man, they should be ranked. Arkansas should have been ranked, but they're not. So hey, man, it is what it is. So let's move along from that. Once again, I will say this here: they will not give A&M any credit until they take down these one or two teams, whichever one they get first. I'm going to say three because we're all in the same conference. They're going to have to be Kentucky first, or Auburn first, or LSU. They're going to have to take one of those three teams down first. That's how they'll be able to get the dub. I'm not sure who comes up outside of the conference, ranked opponent-wise, but if one of those guys come up that have to take care of business, this is the only way you're going to creep into that top 25. And when they do get into the top 25, they're not going to sit at the edge, which is the 25. They're going to be up there in like the 19-20 range. That team is special. Continue to watch the men's basketball team this year because once again, these guys are going somewhere, man. And you guys need to pay attention, and we need to be behind them just like we do every other sport, 100%. All right, so let's continue to move here. So to the women's basketball team. Women's basketball. They just lost on Sunday, which was yesterday. They lost to Florida in double overtime, in which was a thriller. It's just the thing about this women's basketball team as of right now. And I told you guys I was going to get into this basketball and all of that as soon as the season ended. This is the last game of the season, which is the Georgia. I love my football, so my football comes first. But the women's basketball team, as of right now, for that Gary Blair team, they're extremely too young, man. They're way too young. They lost a lot of playmakers from that last year's roster. And I hate that, but because of the simple fact of that they respect Texas A&M, they respect Gary Blair. But first and foremost, they respect Texas A&M. They're leaving them at number 25. Although they took that loss in double overtime, that was a good game, by the way, against Florida, in which I did not know that Florida record was like that neither. So Florida should be moving into the ranking. I was looking at the rankings today, and it still doesn't look like Florida's ranked. But now, since they have been ultimately challenged the last couple of games here, that women's basketball team is going to wake up sooner or later. All right, so listen to me when I say this. They're a very, very young basketball team. They're very young. I did not know that we had that many sophomores and freshmen on this team. We got like about half and half, 4 juniors, 4 seniors, but a couple of those juniors and seniors are all transfers. Okay, so once again, man, just continue to watch them, continue to support them, because I was looking at what they had done yesterday. I think I was looking at the attendance rate, and if you guys want to know that, you guys can check on ESPN and show you like the attendance and everything like that. We wasn't even much at the 25% mark. I do not like that, guys. I don't. All right, so we had about 3,000 there. That arena fills up about 12,000 seats. We have to continue to show the support when needed, but also to my young women, to my young ladies, y'all have to show up and y'all have to deliver. Okay? Me personally, I'm gonna be very hard on you guys because I know what you all can do. All right? You guys have been consistent for years. I know what you can do. The problem is that this year, you all have been very, very inconsistent. It's a whole lot of things that Gary Black has to clean up. But you guys have to work with him, and you guys have to help him clean up those things. Like I say, man, this team is very young, but as long as they continue to get challenged, and if you guys do not know, the women's record is 10-5. I'm gonna say this once again. Our Lady Aggies are 10-5 right now. We are 0-3 in conference play. That is not going to work. That is not going to work out here if we want that SEC title again. If we want back-to-back SEC titles, that would not work out here with 0-3 conference play. We have to tighten it up, get it together. We have more conference games coming up. That's the good part about it. We have more challenges coming up. I believe that you guys can do it. Problem is that y'all have to believe in yourselves, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this here, and we're going to wrap this thing up in about 7 minutes, okay? So we're going to wrap it up at about 6:45, and we're going to look at the 2021 national title game. All right, so I know it's 2022, but it's still for the 2021 season. So we're going to look at that. All right, so first and foremost, who are you guys picking? For my people that's out there right now that's watching, who are you guys picking? All right, so man, I'm gonna tell you all a little bit of something. So this here's a little bit of a history report. You guys remember Johnny Manziel? You know, I know everybody out there, of course, us Aggies will forever remember Johnny. But do you guys really remember Johnny? Do you guys really remember that 2012 season that Johnny Manziel had? That fabulous, wonderful 2012 season where we had 2 losses at the end. One came from Florida, and the last one came from LSU. You guys remember that? Within that first year in the SEC, we surprised a lot of people. We surprised a whole lot of people. You guys remember when we won that game out there in Tuscaloosa? You guys remember that? The problem was this here. After we won that game, Alabama undoubtedly went on to win back-to-back national title games. You know, and A&M went on to have the Heisman Trophy winner. A&M went on to have Johnny Manziel break a whole lot of SEC records. And, you know, we went on to the Cotton Bowl to play Oklahoma, and where that was our first time in a long time blowing Oklahoma butt out. All right, so that was a very memorable season. Once again, the problem is this here. Alabama had a memorable season too. So that's a little bit of a history report. So you look up in this season as well. Now Alabama is in the title game again. And guess who beat them this year? The same exact team from 2012. So what I don't want is for history to repeat itself. But me knowing Alabama, they're going to try, man, look. They're going to give it their all to make sure that history repeats itself and they win back-to-back national titles. See, that's the issue. Whenever A&M comes into play, and A&M doesn't ultimately close up, you know, finish what we started, we give Alabama an edge. This is ever since we've been in the SEC so far. We give Alabama an edge. We gave Auburn an edge. Now you look up, we're giving Alabama an edge 10 years later. Ironically, this is 10 years later. 10 years later, man. Alabama's in the same spot to be a back-to-back national champion. This is one reason to why I can't stand that darn team, man. I cannot stand them. I respect them, but I can't stand them. We don't like them. They don't like us. It is what it is. It's the same thing with LSU. All right? We don't like them. They don't like us. You know, because we're feeding them opportunities in which we're supposed to have. Okay? So we're feeding them another opportunity to go and win a, 19th national title if they win this? So that'll be their 19th national title in program history. So far as football is concerned. That's a lot of national titles. The spoiler is the Georgia Bulldogs, in which this is the second time that I've witnessed Georgia make it to a national title game. Ironically, this is the second time against Alabama in a national title game. Don't let history repeat itself. All right? I'm talking to you, Georgia, and to the Georgia fans out there. Do not let this game go into overtime. I'm going to say it once again. Do not let this game go into overtime. And TY, welcome. I see what you come in and finally caught a live one. Yes, thank you for tuning in. But I'm going to say this once again to the Georgia fans. Do not let this game go into overtime. If this game goes into overtime, Georgia, y'all ain't going to like me for this. Y'all ain't going to like me at all. I got Alabama winning. And I'm going to say it once again. If this game goes into overtime, I got Alabama winning in an overtime thriller. However, Georgia Bulldogs, I'm rolling with you. Woo! Cold dog, sickle. I'm rolling with you. Georgia, you guys were the team that I picked when I done the podcast for this season to win it all. I said that if it wasn't Texas A&M, I'm rolling with the Georgia Bulldogs. You guys have made it to this national title game. Okay? Y'all have made it to the national title game. I'm rolling with you. I still have a lock on you. Y'all got to show up. You have the team to undoubtedly beat Alabama and dethrone them. I'm going to say it once again. Y'all have the team to dethrone them. You witnessed, just like everyone else witnessed around the world, Texas A&M dethroned Alabama for one game, which is the only loss on their record. We dethroned them for one game. If you guys did not study that film, then I'm going to tell you like this. You're not trying to win this football game. I'm not telling you to be like how A&M was, because A&M was A&M on that given day. That's just that. A&M let their talent speak for themselves on that given day. They showed up. They may have lost 4 games throughout the season, but they showed up in that game. That's why they were still ranked at number 25, because it was respect for beating them. I'm telling you this, Georgia. If you lose this national title game, I have no respect going forward. I respect your recruiting. I respect your accomplishments in the SEC East. But is that it? Are you guys just winning the SEC East and New Year's Six bowl games and that's it? Or can you guys really win a national championship? Once again, I'm picking you. Don't fall asleep, because Nick Saban will wake you up. And before you know it, once you're woke, the game is over with. I've seen this happen too many times. In my years of watching it, and I mean deeply watching it, I've seen Alabama claim 4 national titles in 1 decade. Okay? That's a lot. That is a lot, man. I've seen Alabama go to the national title game 7 times out of this 10-year span. That is a lot. That's another reason why I and many others can't stand it. But we respect them because they're there. They live there. They live there. And until you beat them, they will forever keep going to the playoffs and to the national title. All right, so once again, Georgia, I like your defensive front. You got to put it on display in this game. I know where Alabama's weaknesses is. And them as a team knew where their weaknesses was. But do you, Georgia Bulldogs, know where the weakness is? Stop thinking that they don't have a weakness. Even Alabama fans know their weakness. You got to exploit it. If you do not exploit it, you will forever keep on hearing that Georgia is a choke team. And you guys can't look at us. We have nothing to do with your choking. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Next year, we're coming back for what we were owed this year. I'm speaking about A&M. We're coming back for what we were owed. All right? But you guys have a chance to do it now. Dethrone them. Be the best that you can be. Lay it on the line. This is the last game, man. This is the last game, because after this class is gone, you won't have that number 2 ranked talent class. You will move down to number 4 or number 5, and I know that. All right? First and foremost, my 4 teams that was supposed to be in here did not all make it. You and Alabama were 1 and 2. So you guys are supposed to be playing for the national title. That's how it's supposed to be. The problem is that the other teams didn't make it, which is Clemson and Oklahoma. Because the talent rankings went with Alabama as number 1. That's why I can't understand why they keep on talking about they're the underdog, in which they're not. Alabama talent was number 1. Georgia was 2. Number 3 was Oklahoma. And number 4 was the Clemson Tigers. That was the talent rankings, so far as the top 4 is concerned. Y'all have to show up. And y'all got to deliver. Y'all have to deliver. All right? So, once again, for you guys that did not know, Jimbo Fisher and Company will be on ESPN2 while watching the national title game with Eli Manning, and he'll be breaking down a couple of things. All right? So, I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here. I got some food cooking. We're about 10 minutes from kickoff. And we're going to watch us some football, man. We're going to have us a great game. All right, so I thank all of you guys for tuning in. I thank all of you guys for making this podcast really big. As you guys can see, this will only continue to get bigger. All right, so OU lost half that talent this season. That's true. They lost all of it. OU rankings coming into next year, so far as talent-wise, they will be at number 9 and number 10. They will not be that deep talent-wise as they were this year. That's why this year, if OU didn't get it, Lincoln Riley wasn't going to get it, period. So I believe that Lincoln Riley saw the writing on the wall and knew that it was time to go. He had the 3rd best talent, period, in the nation. There was no reason for him not to make the playoffs this year. Things don't go as planned, though. All right, so I thank all of you guys, man, for tuning in. Once again, let's watch this natty. See who comes out on top. I love you. It has been a hell of a ride for this 2021 season. A hell of a ride. Woo! We've watched a lot of things, man. A lot of things. This is the last game. Let's see who can win it all. #EagleMags.